This party started. Thank you for coming. Take an inhale and go up, and an exhale to lower down. And hello, waking up our bodies. We're going up and down. Lift up, lift up. Beautiful. So right now we're lifting up through the heels, lifting up through the arms, breathing in, up and down. And we're just going to change it a little bit, take it to first position. So the feet are now a little V as opposed to parallel. And we'll go up and down 10 times. So you have a little pause at the top if you can. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to take some circles right away. So parallel again. You can take your arms in a bit of a hug-a-tree, pulling the britches up, or you can let the arms go with you. Good. And 6, good. Getting everything warmed up. 7, including balance. 8, 9. Now we're going to switch it. This is dynamic balance. 1. You can either leave your arms steady or you can let them go with your leg like I'm doing. 5, you're tall. 6, nose is behind your sternum. 9, and then 10. Now this foot stays down. Shift your weight up and around. Now, one way to add on to this is to make this circle bigger. So a larger circle will add more challenge. 6, yep. 7, if you have to dab, just go right back into it. 8 when you can. 9, and then 10. Now the other way. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now, hands together. We're going to take the right arm back. Hold on to that foot for a quad stretch. Breathe in. Now, what we're doing is static balance. We're going to do a little series. So you're holding on and you're just basically staying still. Once you are ready, then the next pose is you are moving towards a dancer. 10, waking up the shoulder. Now get ready, extend that leg and reach your arms in front. Warrior 3, 10. Breathe in and then come back up. Woo! All right, let's do the other side. One arm up and around. Static posture 10. Good, feel that great quad stretch. Make sure nothing hurts Catherine on that. In the second pose was to push your foot into your hand. The third pose is to stretch out. Warrior 3, arms in front if you can, leg back. 10. Take an inhale and an exhale to come back. Hot dog, grab a seat, meet me on the floor, or grab a sit, meet me on the floor with your foam roller if you care to. And let's wake up some back muscles. This is going to be your swan on the foam roller. Take your arms like knives into the roller and go up. Breathe in. And this is for your back. This is for the posture. Go up and down. Good. That looks great. I can see my view of you guys looks great. Come up. Your shoulders are down the back. You're breathing in as you lift. Good. Elbows are long. Yep, doing multiple, and then we're going to hold. So get ready and hold. 20 counts here. This one's helping with posture muscles get stronger for longer endurance. Breathe. Lower, we're going to do another set of 20. Here we go. Come up and hold it. There's no tension in the neck. And lower. Okay, let's do it one more time for 20. Get ready. Here we go. Up. 20. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, and you can bend the knees and kind of rock them right and left like you're windshield wiping. All right. Now we're going to let the legs get a little warm up. So let your arms rest underneath your head rest on your arms. Lengthen one leg and lift it, and then lengthen the other leg and lift it. Lengthen and lift. Lengthen and lift. Your neck is soft and your jaw is soft. Your pelvis is stable, you're not rocking. Now, if you care to add on to this, take swimming, which is right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. Yep, left arm, right leg. Rollers out of the way for a moment. And if you care to add on, all the limbs come off the floor. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. That's a percussive breath. Building strength in the back. And then recover for a moment. Now you can rest on your belly. You can do a child pose or you can do a windshield wipe. I'll show the windshield wipe motion. 5, good. 4, 3, 2, and on the next. Hands come beside your hips. Go up with an inhale. Lift up your legs. And breathe. And every time you inhale, go higher. And if you care to add on, interlace your fingers and come up. And then lower, and if you care to add on, interlace your fingers the other way, come up. And recover, and if you need a break to windshield wipe or child pose, you can. If you'd like to take your hand to your feet or foot, you can. Come on up and let's go to bow pose. Breathe in, good. 2, breathe. Look how, check how easy your neck can be. Lower, we're gonna do it again or the other side, whichever is your case. Come on up. And then recover and either child's pose or windshield wipe. You guys are doing great. This is a big series. We're going to be doing a breaststroke next. So I'm just going to move the roller a little bit, and then you're going to lift up your back as you take your arms in a circle. Inhale, lift, and take your arms in a circle. Inhale, lift. And lift, and lift, and lift, and lift. All right, about 3 to 5 more at your own pace. Go up, back extension 2. 1 more. And then a child pose, and we'll take a little breather. Your hips can go back. You can be on your toes under or feet flat. And then grab a sip if you haven't already. We'll take a cheers. And now the foam roller is going to be at the other end. And we all know what that means. Planks. Everybody's favorite. All right, this is going to be, let's get my props out of the way, shall we? All right, your feet are on your shins are on the foam roller. Your forearms are on the floor, and you can just hold steady. I'll add on if you care to, but right now, just get your position. Now, once you're ready, if you want to add a little forward movement, like let's say 2 inches and then backwards. So you're just barely going forward and back. I like to toe in so I get my muscles rolled out and not my bone rolled out, my tibias. Don't like the bones to be rolled out, but the shin does. 4 more, 3, 2, recover. I'm just gonna tuck my shirt in so you can see form a little better, although everyone I see looks good. And I want you to know the belly's not drooping. So my loose shirt might be deceptive, so I'm tucking it in. So now you're gonna come back to your foam roller, and you can put this closer to your knee side of your shins. Lift your hips like you're making an upside down V, and then come back to a flat plank. Good. 2, scooping your abs. 3, you're controlling the return. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you can recover. Those are a lot harder than a normal plank, so if you're perceiving that, that's accurate. The next will be a side plank. Now you can be static, staggered feet, or stacked. Stacked is harder. I'll show staggered. So hold for 10, really strong. 10, I like to even stretch the top arm. Really strong. 5, 6, 7, 8. When you lower, it's at the hip, and then let's do the other side. This plank, side plank, it sort of fires up those side muscles, and this is a good chance to make sure your form's good because we're not moving yet. So you're making sure, is my shoulder blade down the back? Is my head against an imaginary wall with my body? That was good, Catherine. That tiny little adjustment looked great. Is my hip actively lifting? It's not drooping. My belly feels like it's pulling in. Inhale. Now lower the hip. Perfect. All right, let's go back to a side plank on the other side. Now you could do dynamic this time with me, or if you need to stay static, you can. Dynamic is harder. All right, so take that. Now this arm up here, let's do, should we take 5 circles each way? That way this arm gets a lovely, lovely attention for stretching. Oh, that feels so good too. All right, now you're going to take 5 the other way. Enjoy that back part especially too. Okay, you've got this hip lowering. We're going to the other side. This arm's down. You're real steady. This shoulder blade's down the back, real strong before anything else. Your bottom shoulder is the most important cue. It's safely down the back. Pushing strong. Good, big 5 circles. As you're ready, head back. Nice, and then we're gonna lower that hip. Terrific job. I'm gonna cue us a drink early. Let's make sure we are drinking, and we're gonna go into a plank again forearm. It's called inchworm. This one's really effective. Forearm plank on the mat. Shins have the roller. Knees, it's on the closer to the knee side. Oh wait, yeah. And then you bend your knees, and then you straighten. I am toeing in again to get on the meat part of my bone, shin. Inchworm. And then after 10, take a bit of a recovery. Now we're going to try to do a pattern here. I say try just because it's so hard, but I know we can do it. It's going to be 1 inchworm and 1 pike. 1 inchworm, 1 pike, 1 inchworm, 1 pike, 1 inchworm, 1 pike, and then it'll be 5 sets of those, so it's 10 moves total. So at first you're on your forearms. Now bend your knees and then go back to plank. Now lift your hips and go back to plank. Now bend your knees, go to plank, lift your hips, go to plank. Bend your knees, go to plank, lift your hips, go to plank, bend your knees, go to plank, lift your hips, go to plank. One more of those. Bend, plank, hip hike, and then plank, and then child pose. Woo! Sit any way you want. Shall we take a stretch? All right, here we go. Up and over. You can stretch any way you want, meaning one hand on your knee or one hand on the floor. So we'll take a recovery stretch. And a recovery stretch on the other side. We're not done with our abs, but we're going to take a moment. Now this little arm is going to add a rotation. Look over your shoulder. Open up your arms. Exhale, add a rotation. All right, guys, grab a sip if you need. We are going to do a little bit more of these planks here. Diagonal motion is our next theme, diagonal motion. I also call it oblique. So when you're on your forearms, you'll have your toes kind of pointing towards each other again. Now this is called an oblique inchworm. I've made up these names, so you can call it whatever you want, but the goal is your knees go to your left elbow, and then you do a plank, and your knees go to your right. Now, Catherine, if that causes any unusual sensation in your knees, stay real linear. But right now you look good, but I just want you to make sure you feel good. All right, so try 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and of course recover. The next one is oblique as well, but it's going to be with a hip high in the air. Long knees, try to keep them long. So you're going to go to your forearm plank. You're going to go to your foam roller, lift your hips to the left, then back to plank. Lift your hips to the right and left. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! All right, take a little breather. You know what's coming next? It's 4 points of light. It is. Okay, everybody guessed 100% successfully. Forearms here, and you're going to start planking. Now, you bend your knees underneath you. Now, tilt your knees left. Now center, now tilt right, center, and go back. Now bend your knees, turn right, center, left, center, go back. Bend your knees, turn left, center, right, center, go back. Bend your knees, turn right, center, left, center, go back, and recover. I used to also call those moguls, but since I don't get into cold sports that much, I don't really know, but it seemed to me like moguling. You guys can tell me, you guys that can ski can tell me. We're going to take side plank. Now this is going to be a pattern. Cole, let's try your pattern. I may massacre it, but we're going to go for it. Cole came up with one. She showed me. Let's see if I can do it. I think it's a big, let me break it up though. I have to break it up into layers. So the first layer is a trucker pull. So I'll show you the arm. Do 3 elbows pulling in. That's the arm. Karen, you might like this one. Now, if you want, you can add your knee. That's going to be a lot harder. 3, 2, 1. Now, that's all I'm going to show at first. I'll come back. You know I will. Foam roller here. The layer is 3 arms doing a trucker pull. So your elbow goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Now, the next could be your knee. You could do your hand and your knee, or you could, yes, or just your arm. Okay, now come back. We're gonna do the circle that we did earlier plus the knee elbow, but if you only wanna do the arm, please do. So you're finding an appropriate layer for you. Let's see if I can get this. So try 1 full circle. When your arm's at the top, bend your elbow to your knee. 1 full circle, elbow to knee. 1 full circle, elbow to knee. 1 big full circle, elbow to knee, or whatever you're doing. 1 arm circle, elbow or elbow and knee. I think that went great. Did I massacre it? I think I did right. Okay, yeah, I did right. When I take CEUs, I rewind those parts that are coordination until I get it. But, all right, so we're gonna see. All right, here we go. So think 1 arm circle. When you get to the top, to me it almost feels natural, and then your elbow goes to your knee. And a big, big circle. Now elbow or elbow knee. A big circle. You guys know me well enough. I'm gonna encourage you to follow your wellness, follow your bliss, however that looks. It could be just doing the arm. 5. Awesome, guys. Well, I'd say that deserves another stretch. So we'll do the rack posture, 1 arm up, 1 arm up. You can leave your legs out or in front or however you want. What main thing is we're doing a rack posture. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm going to leave the roller over here for a minute on this side, but I'm going to be turning my body. I am going to offer a drink. We're going to do some roll downs with the foam roller as an option. So it rolled back to me, but it's on this side of my mat. Cheers to healthy Mondays. Okay, so if you care to do a roll down, here's a couple ways. Inhale. Make sure the mat has, you have enough room behind you, so when you roll down, you don't run out of mat. Breathe in. Now you could come up like normal over your legs. If you care to add on, you can bend your knees at the same time you come down. Your arms go overhead. Now you exhale and you come up, but then you begin straightening your knees over. So it's a pattern which our brains like that focus. Bend. Now inhale. And exhale, push, and bend, and stretch, and exhale. All right, we're gonna do 2 more. Inhale. Okay, now, when you're down, another variation is legs long, arms long. Inhale. Now exhale, you crunch everything together like you're a roly-poly bug. Okay, ready? Now we do the reverse. That's the variation. Inhale, you're long. And then when you come up, you would crunch everything together. Bend your knees to your belly and then extend. Inhale. And exhale, bend, ooh, and extend. Good, fight it. 2 more, 2. Take 1 more, 1. Nice job, guys. Okay, take a full body stretch. The next thing, I'm going to just remove this from, actually keep it there for a minute. Inhale. The next one is a little bit more of an oblique. So when you come up, start your body heading towards the left. Start your knees heading to the right a little. So did you see how I'm like crossing my midline. You got it. And then begins unwinding. Now your body's going to go to the right and your torso to the left. Just a little, just enough to cross arm past thigh. Inhale and exhale. Cross. Inhale and exhale. Good. And let's take one more on each side. Crunch. And crunch. And then a full body stretch. How's everybody doing? It's a lot. You're doing great. There is another one. I bet you know what it is. There's a lot more, but one I'm going to just go ahead and offer is the one called neck pull. So I'm going to get rid of the foam roller for a moment. You're going to take your hands behind your head or beside your head. Peel up and go over. Now, if that didn't work out, just come up like you normally would on the roll up and then hinge. Here's that part. When you cannot go anymore in a hinge, you flex your spine with control. Inhale, exhale up, peel over, spine up, hinge. And then, good, Karen. And up. Good, I like how everybody's honoring their body. So my offer was gonna be 5 of something and take 2 more and then we're gonna stretch. Exhale, up and over. You hinge. 1 more. Exhale, up, over, hinge, and roll and full body stretch. Breathe in. Let your right ankle go to your left thigh and take a hip opener, figure 4. Breathe in. I like to rock a little on this. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then let's do the other one, ankle to thigh. Grab your leg and rock it. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I like that. 8, 9. Nice. And just take a happy baby for a moment. We're going to add on. That should feel great on your back and on your hips. And then take your left arm long and leave your right leg up and put your hands down and circle your leg about 8 times while you keep your ribs down. Yep. Now about 8, good. This is a great one for the arc. 8, to have elevated hips. 7, good. 6, if your neck is not comfortable, just usually a little pillow will help, although you guys look good. Catherine, you look good. Karen, your neck looks good. And while you're there, you can leave that leg in the air and stretch it. Those of you that want to add a bonus ab crunch, you can take your hand to your foot and lift up your torso and then take your other leg off the ground. This is a yoga pose, holding on to the big toe pose, but we can do it in any discipline we want. We make the rules. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feels so good. 9, 10. Take that leg down. This leg comes up. Draw your circles. And a bigger circle is harder. Ribs down, shoulder blades down. And again, now other way, 8. And then you're going to take the leg up. Now, option 1, hamstring stretch. Option 2, hold on to your toes. Let your other leg hover and do an ab crunch. Woo! 10, 2, 3. Yep, that's nice, Catherine. Your hand can always go behind your head on these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Hands to feet, knees wide, bound angle. This is a stretch I'm offering just to relieve tension in the body. You can also add a little rock. And let's mix up the way that our abs are working. So you're on your side now. Your arm is a pillow. And you're going to go up and down with your exhale lifting you. Here's your work. Good, 5. So we're working the core in different planes. And we try to do that every class. Mix up the way it's going. Now you can just do this again, or if you want to have some fun with a banana boat, 5, you can. Long arms is harder. Long legs is harder. Arms kind of near your head is even harder. Slow is hard. Have you noticed that? 2. And one more. 1. Ta-da! Let's change the sides. Here we go. Arm like a pillow. Good, Karen. Meeting you on this side, both legs up. 2. Here's your body working here. Your jaw is soft. Your neck is soft. Now, if you care to add on, you could do a banana boat, up, mm-hmm. 4, one more, and 5. Woo! Nice job, guys. Take a little breather. And let's take a hip stretch. It could look like this, or it could look like this, and just forward fold a little. Come up and then switch legs. Yeah, it could be bound angle, and just forward fold, 10. And then come back up when you're ready and take a sip if you'd like. I want to sneak in after all that a rocking swan. So this swan, we won't use our foam roller because we're going to be letting go of it in just a moment. Let me show you the slowed down version. So it's an inhale, lift up, and then let your hands assist you higher. Now exhale your body down, but then your legs come up. Lower your legs, lift up your upper body, let your hands help. Now this is the slow-mo, which is fabulous. You could just do this. You could even let go and stay just to 1, or you could do like 5 or 10. I'll do a couple more slow. That way everybody's getting what she needs. On the last time that your hands are helping you up, just hold 10. Yeah, good, good, good. So wherever you are, at the last one, just hold 10. Now exhale to lower down and let your arms be your pillow. Lift up both legs and tap the feet together, horizontal adduction. About 30 of these. Now you could do a tight little flutter. This one's going to be like your swimming laps. Head back, little child pose, press your hips back. And if you care to add your foam roller onto a plank, you can put your feet on one end, your foam roller on the feet end. We're going to do a tiny little leg lift, a little leg lift. If you don't want that, stay with your plank. So you're going to be on your forearms. Now I'll just demo the move. It's not your hip, it's your foot that lifts by your hip, not your hips don't lift. So everything else stays the same, but yeah, that's it. 2, good. Try to be strong in your arms and your abs. Inhale. Now recover for a minute. I'm going to go back to a move we did before. This is called layering. I'm going forward and back. So when you're ready, do your plank and just barely shift forward and barely shift back. Barely forward, barely back. Good, 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 good. Your hips stay the same. Knees long. Little roll. Really good. Okay, let that go. And you know I'm going to put both of those together. So you can do one of those or both of those, but basically you go up. Now shift forward and lift a leg, go back to plank. Shift forward, lift the other leg, go back to plank. Shift forward, lift the leg, go back to plank. Shift forward, lift the leg. Now it could be just you do a little shift. And recover. If you would like to do the next one, it's shift back, lift a leg, go to plank, shift back, lift the other leg. So here we go. Come up, barely, go back, barely lift a leg. About 10. And recover. Woo! All right, this is going to feel easy peasy after all that, guys. Take your feet on this end. Put your foam roller on your feet end. You're going to be making sure you have enough mat behind you. We're going to do a bridging. This should be safe for your knees. Catherine, if you have any feeling of instability, you can take the feet onto the floor, okay? So the main thing is, if you think your knees, they should be over the heels. They're not clasping together, they're not winging out, they're in your control. All right, come up and down and try to articulate that back. Try to articulate that back. Even your low back. Enjoy. It gets a little better as you go through it, doesn't it? Isn't that nice? Good, good, Karen. All right, all four corners of your feet are on the floor because you're on the floor, Karen. And if we had the foam roller, you're trying to reach your ball of your foot down. All right, why don't we stay up? Here we go. Up. 10, 2, 3. Add little pulses. 10. Lower down. Now extend your legs a long way. They're still a little softness in them. Now go up and down 10 times. Everything should feel good. If it doesn't, change it so it does. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now if you can stay up for 10, do. Lower, do it again for 10, hold. Lower, and one more set of 10, hold, lift up. And then lower, nice. Hug your legs in, and you might even rock a little right and left. 5. Now I'm going to show you some moves for supine abs. The first one, I'll show you legs to layer. That's the move. If you only want to do that, do that. If you care to put your hands behind your head and rotate, you can. Let's say 30 reps. Recover when you're ready and just rock a little. The next one is a head down position, corkscrew. You might like this up on the foam arc. It's a circle. You take a little vertical and you do a circle. Legs are glued together, so there's a little inner thigh, and hey, pelvic floor. Add that pelvic floor. The bigger the circle, the harder it is to keep your shoulder blades and your ribs down. And we're doing 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. And of course, just hug in those legs. And if you want to rock or move your ankles or toes, it's a great chance. The next move, I'll do it in layer again. So the first layer is legs up, and it's like you're a pair of scissors vertical. This is the move. Keep your ribs down, and that may be all you want to do.
Then another possibility is you come up and you grab whatever leg's closer and you help it out with a stretch. Another possibility is you let your hands go behind your head. Catherine, you might like that. Yeah, just why not, right? 6, tuck your chin a little, Karen. Yeah, hands up, good. And then relax for a moment. I do want to add on, Karen, you read my mind. I do want to add on those rotations. We did linear, but now if you want to add on a rotation with the legs, you rotate. You kind of like you're putting those two moves together I've done. Rotate. Try 10 more if you would like. The backup plan could be that you just stay low. 3. All right, perfect. All right, relax there. Let me show you the layer of double leg stretch. Here's the layer. Long legs, long arms, and then you hug. Another layer, they go further away from you, and you hug. The third layer, come up, stretch out, hug. The fourth possible layer is hands behind your head. You open your elbows, tap your knees, open, tap, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, relax. Good. Okay, we are going to take this hand underneath and pop up. All right, this is side plank in a way, but it's an IT rollout. So the forearm is on the mat. Now notice how it's side plank in nature. Your shoulder blade's still down the back. If you've done a lot of running, biking, horseback riding, what other activities? Gardening, hiking. All right, this is our chance. If the side of the hips or the side of the knees have ever felt achy tight, this is a good one. But you know what? It's good to be ahead of it too, even if they aren't achy. So what I'm doing is not rolling on the knee. I'm ahead at like maybe 2 inches above it. And I'm changing my angle. So if you roll down, you roll directly flat or stacked. And you can even roll like you're facing up a little. One trick too is to get that hip, kind of like gerator, trochanter muscles. And just see, what do you need? All right. It's hard to go wrong here. We all need something. Catherine, this should help a lot. 5, 4, 3. All right, why don't we try another one? The other side plank. Oops, I moved the wrong way. So one roller here. Hi, little girl. All right, how's that leg feel? And then if you roll up, you feel more hamstring. If you're more stacked, more IT. More forward, you get more of that quad. By the way, this hand can be folded under so you're not on the wrist, you know, so you're just kind of helping, yeah. Or like you're doing, Shireen, it's like you're on your forearm instead. But 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to hit our hip a little bit too, just to be even with the other one too. And if you want, get around your hip as well. 10, 9, good. 8, Karen, these should help. 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. All right, gently come off and get your armpit a little. Shireen, I think these will be great for you.
with your shoulders, I think this will be great because it's an internal rotator. Roll out that lat, and Karen, if you're still getting that upper back issue you had last week, this should help. Even on the scapula border, it's nice. Or if you've been making a lot of turquoise pottery lately. See, very specific examples. All right, how about we do about 10? And also the breathing through your nose, out your nose. You're not holding your breath, you're not clenching your jaw. Inhale. Here we go. Hit the other. So you notice we'll be sprinkling in some things. On Thursday, I'll be sprinkling in some bands with the Pilates or resistance training. So you notice we're doing a little foam rolling and sprinkling it in. You still feel like you're using good breathing techniques. You're not tensing something you don't want to tense. Good. Feel it. Does this one feel different than the left one? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathe in. And awesome job, guys. And now this one, we're going to have your block ready in case you need it. You may not. But for just a little bit, roll out your upper back. So you lift up your hips, you roll out your upper back. You can even do back bend on it. I have a rib that'll go back in place if I do a back bend and extension and hit it. So maybe you notice. You roll right, you roll left. You can do it in flexion. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. And then what you can do is take either the block or a pillow under your head, and you can do an extension for the most round part of your back. Breathe into your upper back through your nose. Try to relax your body. I'm going to demonstrate a bound angle here so that if you want to add it on, you have a little inner thigh opener. Great, Shireen. Perfect. And then use your hand underneath your head, and then you're going to turn your foam roller so that your sacrum's on one end, your head's on the other, and your arms are out like a T or a Y. Again, you could do a bound angle if you want, so that you have an inner thigh stretch. And this is a great one for shoulders and chest. Try to let it go. And then when you're ready, slowly roll to the side. The last one we're going to do is for that psoas, which is a huge one if you have a tight low back, you sit a lot. Most people need psoas openers. And then you could do one leg long and 2 legs long. The roller's kind of near where your glute meets the hip flexor. The glute meets the hamstring. And you could probably do this on, yeah, great, good. Breathe in your nose and fill up that diaphragm.
Gently come off of there, and if you have a wall that you can put your legs up on, do that. I like to put it up on something, so I'm going to demonstrate how I put it up with this foam roller. That way you don't have to grab any other equipment. And you can put your legs up and your sacrum on. So now your low back's getting decompressed. Relax here, and just try to clear your mind. You can do that by focusing on the breath. Maybe you like a mantra, peace. And what you're doing is aligning with the higher frequency that you really are, and you're releasing all resistance or old stories that are limiting. So you're breathing into clarity, which is pure potentiality. Now release your block or your foam roller and slowly make your way up towards the seated position. You can sit any way you want, and just take a moment to breathe, and we'll take a moment to clear the mind. Just 3 breaths in and out, in the nose and out the nose. So notice how good it feels when your mind's out of the way. You're more entrained with the pure potential that you really are. It's a letting go of old stories that are limiting or binding. You're more than any story that you have, or you're more than any identifier or label. So as you get really intimate with that vibration, nothing else will do. You want to feel good, you want to feel peace. It trains us to focus into better feeling thoughts and more powerful thoughts. So today I intend to stay closely connected to this vibration that I really am, pure potential, peace, wellness, and radiance, with so much appreciation. Thank you guys so much. I think you did great. Thank you so much. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy